non-members alike. This free sign language app includes the following features: 8,000 plus vocabulary entries, all in video, customizable video playback speeds, examples of signed phrases and sentences, categorized everyday signs like alphabet, numbers, colors, greetings, educational terms, medical terms, legal terms, iglesianicristo and religious terms, and many more. User maintainable favorites category, fast search and voice search. All features are available offline. And since these sign language applications contain phrases concerning the iglesianicristo and religious terms, we could use these apps in inviting more deaf fellow men to learn the basic doctrines being taught inside the church. For more information, please visit www.iglesianicristo.net, www.facebook.com/Christian Family Organizations, www.facebook.com Christian Society for the Deaf. Thank you for your support.
This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So everyone tuning in to INC Radio San Francisco. My name is Sophia and I'm joined by
Brother James.
Awesome. And today's topic, I'm excited for this one, James. It's nice. And throughout October, we have an interesting theme of topics that we're going to all be talking about. It'll
That's
all
right.
be about leadership. And so to kick off our leadership series, what we're going to talk about is leaders.
You know what? And is
Yes.
there any leaders that you look up to?
Oh,
Right?
yes.
Let us know in the chat below because that
Let
is
us
an
know
awesome
in the
question.
live
We want to
chat.
hear from our viewers back home. Let us know if there's any leaders that you are you currently look up to or have looked up to growing up.
Yeah, totally. And that can range from so many leaders. And I know we're going to get into that in our discussion, James, but
Right.
it can range from the teachers that you have,
True.
your fellow church officers.
Uh-huh.
It can even, your relatives. Like if you have
Mama and
older
pops.
siblings. Nice. Mom and pops.
There we
Good
go.
one. Good one.
Uncles,
Yeah.
aunts,
Uncles, aunts.
nanay, lolo,
You
lolo,
know,
nanay.
Let's see. Let's see too. Maybe
Tío.
Tia,
What's the one?
abuelita, abuelo,
Abuelo.
abuelo.
There we go.
Okay, we're getting international
Yeah,
here. Yeah,
that's the one.
yeah. That's in Español. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's
Sí.
no. I was
No
thinking,
comprendo.
what's Japanese? What's the Japanese?
Oh,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
if there are anyone who knows and speaks Japanese and knows how to say grandma, grandpa, or siblings, let us know in the chat as well. Let us know.
No, I don't know that one.
I don't know. We have to
let
get
us
the
know in the
experts.
chat below. We want to hear from you guys, especially
Yes.
let us know where you're from and where you're tuning in from.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you guys help this happen.
Yes, exactly. And so, of course, keep on sending over your messages, your greetings in the live chat, and it'll help us keep our conversation going too, because then we'll see, some of the inspiring leaders that our brethren and all our viewers really have in their life as well. And we do have a lot of comments already coming in.
Ooh, who do we
So
have?
let's go ahead and see our very first comment of the
Ooh.
day today. That was from, I know who this sister is, AC Ace Parks. I believe that's most likely our sister Aislinn, all the way from Burlingame, who is saying happy
Aislinn.
Friday from hashtag Burlingame, Bay
Hashtag
Area,
B-
California.
Does Burlingame have an acronym?
Just be game. Be game. Just be game. Have as
We
well.
have one from
Yeah.
our whoa.
Well, which one is it?
Now I was looking at Daryl.
Oh, we have Brother Daryl San
from,
Pedro.
from live
Yeah.
from Oakland, hashtag BAC. I was gonna
Awesome.
be like our beloved brother from all the way in
From
Oakland.
Oakland.
Brother
Cool,
Daryl, and of
cool.
course from also our CFO advisor, Ka Alex Cerrito. Thank you
Yes.
both for tuning in.
Awesome.
And
We also have our Felmar who's joining in.
there you go.
And he also sends a couple greetings over. Comment from Kafel. He says, too many to count, too shy to mention them by name. It's okay, Paul.
Got
By
it,
the
got
end
it.
of the
This is a safe
podcast
space,
today,
bud. Safe
it's a safe space. Share with us who your inspiring leaders
And
are.
we also like to greet a happy advanced birthday to Ka Bernard Daospo. Thank you, and
Yes.
for all you do for the district, and happy early birthday. Paul.
Oh, happy early birthday, Paul. We also have a great comment from our brother Alvin Pacheco, who says, thank you, Paul, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our executive minister, for approving activities like INC Radio. Brethren in San Leandro, love you, Paul. Speaking of inspiring leaders, man.
That's right.
100%.
Tuning with Brother Joshua, Brother Luigi, Sister Elena, Sister Jasmine, while we guard at the chapel. Absolutely.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Oh, what a great way to, support INC Radio there from your chapel site,
There we
too.
go.
That's
And we have
awesome.
another birthday, a lot of birthday celebrants the month of October.
Yes. Mhm.
From Ka Jessica Mom. Happy birthday to our sister Leanne Parto. Absolutely happy birthday, sister, from
Yes.
the local congregation of San Pablo.
Awesome. All right. And so, James, I think now is a great time for us to kind of hop into what our discussion is actually about. And so I do have one question
Okay, what's
to
your
kick
question?
it off for you today.
Let me
Just
know.
one question
One
one word.
Oh.
One word to summarize.
Mm.
What is one word that pops into your head first when you think of a strong leader?
Strong leader.
Mhm.
One word.
One word.
One word. I would say a strong leader would be one word.
One word.
Dynamic.
Dynamic. That's a good one.
I was like, it's dynamic.
That's a good one. Dynamic.
Yeah, someone who
Yeah.
is constantly moving,
Yeah.
constantly always thinking of the next move.
Mm.
Usually, sometimes leads by example,
Yes.
but not always. What's that called? Taking up all the work for themselves.
That's true.
Right, being able to delegate work.
That's true.
You know,
Mhm.
it's like
Yeah.
an all-encompassing word, but dynamic.
Yes.
Because that is what dynamic is.
Yeah.
It's not just single plane. It's
Mhm.
multi-plane.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody who wears multiple hats, but at the end of the day,
Mm.
facilitates the movement and action of an organization.
That's deep.
Mm.
That's a deep yes. Snaps for that. Dynamic. That word is now the one that is in my head.
Dynamic.
And when I think of dynamic too, I think of someone able to adjust to any situation,
Good.
whatever it may be.
Love
Because,
that.
especially when you're leading a group of people, things maybe pop up and maybe different, situations happen. And so, you have to be able to adjust to whatever situation. Like if you have technical difficulties, like
Right,
we
right.
just had a camera malfunction, if anyone caught that. But, we're dynamic. We're adjusting. We're adjusting. We're being leaders by adjusting to what is going on.
That's
okay.
right. That's right. Let us know in the chat below, because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, we would love to hear who inspires you
Yes.
on a daily basis.
Who inspires you? Let's get those, sentimental shout outs coming out too. Seeing
Right.
this is your time to share who was someone inspiring to
Is
you.
there anyone that
Yeah.
inspired you growing up, Sophia? Let's start it off. Maybe they
Oh.
need a little bit of a
Ooh,
first push.
too many people are coming into mind right now, James. I haven't even thought of my one word that describes what the word comes into mind with a strong leader. Well, I was gonna say strong.
Strong.
A strong leader.
Strong. There we go.
What does strength mean? Strength means endurance, being able to stay steady-minded when, different things are happening as well. You have
Okay.
to have that like strong mindset so that, the ones under your care also stay calm. That's what comes into my mind.
I love that. So
Yeah,
it's rather than the
Comes to
physical
my mind.
aspect of strong, it's
Yeah.
the intrinsic stuff.
totally. Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah.
love that.
But I don't want to forget your question. I don't want to
There we
swerve
go.
away
Sorry
from
about
your
that.
question. No, I don't want to swerve away because you just asked me like who is an inspiring leader in my mind. I mean, a lot of the examples come up as the officers in the church that I performed alongside.
Good one.
I now officially can say I hold the office of multimedia news director. So that was a huge blessing. I was able to
Those in
take
the chat,
oath
guys,
with
let's send them hearts
it's
in the
been
chat.
so sweet, and I've been able to take oath alongside Brother Joel, who's our tech today. He also, congratulations, took oath this past weekend. But now that I'm in this position, I think of the leaders that came before me in the position of multimedia director.
Right.
So, shout out to Sister Kayla. Hopefully,
Kayla.
I know she's prepping for her show
Yes,
in
she
Silicon
should.
Valley
Yes, she
right
should.
now. But,
Yes, she should.
she was an inspiration of like just her endurance and being able to keep track of everything, knowing what to do and think quick in the situations. There's also a Sister Cherry, Sister Yaya, who maybe some of us remember. She was in Mountain View. Now she's living elsewhere, but she was also a huge inspiration too, because she was one of the primary examples of what, taking your time, sacrificing for your duties, and really making sure your duties were something that would strengthen you spiritually.
Love that.
That's what I kind of noticed from this sister. And so they're still the ones who come into my mind when it comes to inspiring leadership.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's man, now James, I want to hear some of yours. And I'm gonna check out the chat too, because there are so many leaders that I'm sure are getting shouted out. But
Right.
there is.
Well, off the top of my head, it actually falls into, like you said, there are many people who inspire us in life, but there isn't a single individual that can maybe there is, but maybe let us know in the chat below. But for me, one of the earliest leaders that kind of helped shape my character was a teacher of mine from my freshman year. His name was Rico Atkins. I spoke about this teacher in a few other episodes in regards to maybe even from INC Media Live, or maybe even here in INC Radio. But Mr. Rico Atkins is hands down one of the most influential teachers I've had. Address certain different how to uphold yourself in certain situations, being able to how you're able to speak in the event you're presenting, or like for example how to respond to certain certain situations, like how to keep your composure. Yes sir, no sir. Walk with a purpose. Always find a way to elevate yourself above the circumstances you may be fallen upon to achieve success. So he was one of those characters that really kind of embedded those teachings in my brain, that even if I didn't completely understand it at that time, I still remember it. It's been almost 10 years since I've had him had him as a teacher. But still 10 years after him being my teacher, here I am still talking about him.
100%. And you know what's wild too, James? I don't know if you think about this sometimes. There may be those teachers that we had back then. They're like the age we are now too, which is crazy to think about, because I think about teachers that I had that were also in their 30s, and those lessons they were able to impart to us, and so now we can be the ones who share and give that inspiration too. Which is wild to think about. I mean, it shows the inspiration we receive from others sometimes carries over. But I like how you mentioned too that your teacher really taught you walking with a purpose is something important. So,
Mhm.
one of the questions we have today too is, what does the role of encouragement play in leadership?
Mm.
Have you ever felt yourself, being a leader, but also being someone who has to give that encouragement
Right.
to others?
Right.
What does that look like for you?
It is exactly how you phrased it.
Mhm.
Encouragement can come form in different forms,
Yeah.
right? It can come in the most direct sense,
Yeah.
like having somebody um, give you that push to continue to, especially if you're uncertain about
Yeah.
something. Let's say, um, in this case, maybe taking up a duty, or in another
Mhm.
case, maybe taking up that job that you know will be of benefit to you, but
Yeah.
are afraid maybe you may not have the qualifications for.
That's
I
true.
think a conversation that I had recently was, I had a previous manager,
Mhm.
like in my previous occupation, sit down with me and told me, because I was, just talking about like future opportunities for me,
Yeah. Mhm.
and he asked me this, and now I impart this to um, any friend or any younger Binhi that is currently looking for that next opportunity.
Yeah.
Shoot
Mhm.
high, right? I know
That's
that's
good.
like a maybe
Shoot
a
higher.
advice that many of us may have heard. Shoot high, and if you fail, you at least
Yeah.
fall into something that you would have been,
Yeah.
would never have,
That's a good one.
would have thought you'd be at. But
Yeah.
shoot for the stars.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I was looking for a job at this time, and he was telling me, he was like, James, I don't know why you're looking for a job here. Like, let's say my mindscape was here,
Yeah.
right? He was like, brother, you're worth this.
That's good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, you are worth so much more than that
Yes.
salary that you're for.
Yeah.
Like, you're
Yeah.
twice
Yeah.
that. You're worth that. Why?
Yeah.
Because I've seen you work, and I've seen how you handle yourself and be your character. You're worth it.
Yeah.
So don't sell yourself short, because at the end of the day, maybe we're downsizing what our capabilities are. So it takes that level
Yeah.
of maybe a second or third person look and see that we are worth a lot
Yeah.
more than we think we are, and that
That's
could
true.
be, the officers that overseen it, like the CWS officers
Yeah.
that help me grow,
Mhm.
right? As a teacher for
Yeah.
you,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then CWS officer for myself. I'm only now understanding the lengths that our CWS officers are now, or back then, or my ates and kuyas
Yeah.
had gone to help us
Mm.
grow.
Yeah.
So, if there was any form of role that leadership may have held,
Yeah.
or if there's any type of people or group of people that may have held that position of encouragement,
Yeah.
CWS officers,
That's a good
10
one.
out of 10.
That's really true. Yeah. And man, James, there's so much inspiration that you just dropped right
Yeah, you
now.
think
You're
so?
like, that was so inspiring. Yeah. Because I do think in being able to encourage others and be a strong, inspiring leader is something that goes so hand in hand.
Right.
Yeah. Because as a leader, I want to kind of, be able to show others, yeah, you can do it. Like you mentioned, you're worth more than, you might even realize sometimes. So I want those under my care to know, don't sell yourself short. And
Fist
just
bump.
know, that if I can do it, you can definitely do it.
'Cause it's a work in
100%.
progress.
Yeah. And especially because, like, I feel like now obviously I'm way past my teenage phase, but like, there are those who are young and really struggle with self-esteem.
That's right.
Self-esteem is something that is so challenging for so many youth today.
Right.
But I think as someone who's now kind of more in the active position and someone who's had more experience, I want others to believe, yeah, you can be confident. You can compose yourself to be able to speak on platforms like INCRadio, and really step up and be a leader that you're meant to be.
That's
And
right.
of course, we have our faith that will also be the guidance. And, of course, don't be overly proud, don't be
Right.
overly arrogant or anything like that. But just have confidence that it will be okay and that you're capable of doing what you put your mind to.
And I love how
Because,
you mentioned that,
yeah.
to not be overly proud over
Yes.
Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
everything we do should be for the glory of
Yeah.
God.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, keeping that in mind
Yeah.
really helps you ground that, there is a lot that we can do with
Yeah.
God's help,
Mm-hmm.
if not everything,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as it abides with the teachings that we follow and we believe in.
Mm-hmm.
So, for those who are young,
Yeah.
maybe even for those who may be listening in and
Mm-hmm.
need a uplifting words of advice,
Yeah.
you are absolutely capable of making it to that next step in life,
Yeah.
whatever that case
Uh-huh.
may be, whatever, if it's another job,
Yeah.
maybe another level in your education.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe
it's
joining INC Radio.
maybe even joining INC Radio as a host,
Yes.
or as a
Seriously.
panelist, or even joining in
Or-
the different organizations in the
Yes.
district.
Mhm.
The idea and the capabilities that
Yeah.
you are capable of achieving
Yeah.
is more and more and more within reach
Yeah.
than you would usually realize.
Yes,
There we go.
100%. Yeah. And it takes practice too to do some certain things, right? But
Right.
don't be afraid of practicing. Don't be afraid of putting the work, putting the hours in, and getting yourself developed for that next
Right.
step and that next accomplishment you want to make.
Right.
And we do have a couple of great comments that are coming in the chat. So if our Clea Tech could prepare the promos that we're going to be showing in a couple moments, but while we're preparing those promotions that we have for upcoming activities, we'll go ahead and see some of these comments first. And so from our sister Sally Samorton, hello po, good morning, good afternoon, good evening po to all brethren around the world. Greetings from, I want to make sure I say this right,
You got this.
Babanuang, Isabel
Ooh,
West. Okay,
good
awesome.
stuff. I love
And
that. Better than
from
me.
we're trying here, Paul. We're trying here. We need that as a segment. Tagalog word of the day with Sister Sophia. And we have a great comment from Kajeska Mob. Encouragement fuels employee engagement, motivation, and a positive work environment. And he also mentions encouraging leaders build trust, inspire confidence, and foster a culture of growth and support by acknowledging effort and celebrating progress, even small achievements.
Love
And
that.
yes, encouragement builds trust and inspires confidence. Love that. And from our brother Joel, don't ask if you're doing good enough. Ask yourself if you're doing enough good. Whoa, I had to think
Joel,
about that.
You had the time to
I had
send
to
it
think
in
about
chat.
Yeah, while in the checking and chatting
Hey,
at the
tech and
same
chatting
time.
at the same time. Man is a man of many talents. Man of many talents.
And we also have from Janeth Salvador, warmest hello po to all dear brethren watching right now. And thank you, Kafel. He says, good job, Sister Sophia. I'm assuming that means for my Tagalog pronunciation, salamat po. Just kidding. I'm just joking around. Okay, Clea Tech, can you roll our materials? I can't speak Tagalog anymore. I think we have some promos coming up in Bay Area. So when our Clea Tech over there in the Philippines can go ahead and promote those, let's go ahead and see if we can bring them over to see our upcoming activities. If not, I'm going to go ahead and just bring them over to the
Don't worry about it. I got you, sister. Hold on. While we have a chance to. Well, Sister Sophia got to.
Sorry, bringing them up.
We'll be we're basically presenting these different promos that we have. Yes. I just want to continue with the different comments that we're receiving.
Let's do it.
There we go. So we have Kajes also with another comment, encouraging leaders build trust, inspire confidence, and foster a culture of growth and support by acknowledging effort and celebrating progress, even small achievements. Absolutely, but. From Sister Sally, happy viewing to all viewers and listeners of INC Radio San Francisco Studio. Greetings from. Oh, you just read that one, huh?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, you did.
Possibly.
That was the one with the hard word.
Oh, yeah. That was indeed the one with the hard word.
There we go.
Clea Tech, any luck in uploading our promos? If not, maybe I can go ahead and we can see them from over here. We have our upcoming district vocal workshop. This is going to be in the Burlingame Function Hall, October 19th at 7 o'clock p.m. And that's sponsored by the district music team. And then we have our whole calendar full of upcoming activities.
Oh, I see one
So,
I'm really, really interested in.
Yes, we got our Kadiwa trading card games and showcase, Burlingame Function Hall.
Sunday, 4:30 p.m.
Yup, CWS Career Corner on the 19th.
Okay, on the 19th.
On 19th.
That's a career corner also in Burlingame, 5 p.m.
Yep, and we have our DMT vocal workshop on the 19th, 7 p.m. So CWS can learn about careers and everyone else can learn about vocals after. Then we have our blood donation drive by the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation taking place. And we have Binhi Healthcare Appreciation to look forward to at the end of the month.
Love it.
And then again, this weekend, we are going to be holding our Kadiwa trading games and showcase. This is going to be a really fun one, Paul. So I hope you bring your cards along and get ready for our Kadiwa card games and showcase. Right. Yeah.
You know, it's been amazing.
It's been fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. I hope our viewers back home have found some inspiration from what we had shared today.
Yeah.
Of course, you can also have multiple different ways to tune in and keep up with the church media. You have YouTube at INCRadio, DZEM 954. If you haven't done so already, share the link and subscribe so you are never behind whenever we have a new episode, which is 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have social media, iglesianicristo news and updates on Facebook, Instagram at INT News and updates, and Twitter, INT News _updates.
Yes.
And of course, we would not be able to do all this without our Bay Area District staff, our CEO advisor, Alex Laredo, Assistant District Supervising Minister Ruel Del Rosario, and our District Supervising Minister Jojo Bayani.
Yeah, talk about inspiring leaders, right, James? Like a huge shout out as well, of course, to those who support us in our district because they really do show so much care for us, right? And in that also includes the INC Radio crew, our Clea Tech who helped us out. Special shout out to Brother Ken, who I believe is all the way over there in the Philippines helping us out, and our Clea Techs who always support us, as well as to our executive producer, Brother Manly Andaya. Thank you so much both for all your support within our programs. And lastly, we would like to give a huge thank you as well to our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo, and to our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, for your endless support, your endless inspiration through your leadership, and really helping us in these platforms of the church. We'll see you next time. Next up will be Silicon Valley. Bye, everyone.
Catch you guys next time.
Stay inspiring, stay leadershiply,
stay dynamic,
stay strong, stay rich, inspired.
There we go.
Yes.
Enjoy.
See you all.
Friday evening.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you this weekend.
Oh,
yeah, we'll see you at the cards and stuff.
The cards, the trading cards.
Yes. See you later.
We are presenting